Ahsoka episode 6 just landed. Let's hear my thoughts. Right now, stay tuned. Alright, a new episode of Ahsoka from Disney Plus. I am Frank Zanca. I am an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and a line producer / UPM, just moving from LA to Atlanta. So I'm going to look at Ahsoka from that point of view. And let's start from the beginning. About a show called Ahsoka that does not have Ahsoka in it. Crazy. All right, the show should not have been called Ahsoka at all. It should have been called Rebels, Season 5, or however the thing ended. Because it is about the Rebels crew. It is not solely about Ahsoka. And Ahsoka, if anything else, is one of the least interesting characters in the show itself. So I've watched other people's reviews. I've watched Film Threats review. I've watched Arcade Outpost review. And I've watched Star Wars Meg. And boy, do I disagree with Star Wars Meg's whole take on this show. I agree with the other two far more than I agree with her. She's very, very easy to please. She's a big Rebels fan, and I guess it really doesn't matter, what the actual event is put in front of her that she's going to like. And so I definitely agree with the other two. But feel free to watch all of those channels so you can get points of view on everything. That's what I try to do. If I have a dissenting opinion that I listen to, and maybe they have, the points of view that might sway me, but not in this case, however. So we start out with Ahsoka and Hu Yang, which is the droid. And they're literally in the whale's mouth, Jonah in the whale's mouth here, flying across one galaxy to another. And this dialogue takes way too long. There's literally nothing said, and it takes like 10 minutes. I don't know what. And finally she's like, well, tell me a story. A long time ago in a galaxy far. I'm like, really, man? Really? Every single episode has to have a line from previous movies? Why? What is Filoni? I don't understand what he does. I don't understand how he sits in front of a typewriter and says, yeah, this is cool. This is going to be cool. Come on, man. To me, it's cringe. It's roll eye. It does... And again, there are other people that like this, but for me, it's lazy. It's lazy. It's like, open up, guys. I've got a spoonful for you. Doesn't work, man. And somebody else said a really interesting thing. It was on WDW Pro, because they also had pieces that I agreed with. And what they said was that the original Star Wars fans have already walked away. The prequel fans are keeping hope up that eventually they haven't destroyed their characters yet. So, they're keeping their hope up on it. And then there's the Filoni fans that grew up purely on Clone Wars and Rebels, and they're the ones that are liking this. Everybody else is not. And I'm an original Star Wars guy, so, but at the same time, I hated as I said previously, I did not like the prequels at all. But I did like Clone Wars, and I did like Rebels. Did I love them to the point where Filoni can do no wrong? Absolutely not. He does a lot of wrong, and I think he's falling into the Lucas problem, okay? So when Lucas was doing the prequels, nobody was telling him no. No, this is not good. No, we should do this. No, nobody told him that. He surrounded himself with yes men. And I think that's the problem right now is Filoni has surrounded himself with yes men and has not smacked him across the face saying, yeah, there's a problem here. And he's just going willy-nilly on whatever he wants instead of having, people around him that have done Clone Wars. Now, there's other stuff that I disagree with that I heard today, especially on WDW Pro. One guy said that the music was excellent, man. The music's excellent. I think the music, I know it's the same guy who did Clone Wars, the music is shit. The music is complete crap, and nobody can tell me otherwise. The music does not push the story. It's droney. There's no high crescendos. There's no da-da! There's none of that. There's none of that. There's no hero march. There's no death march. There's no nothing. It's droney to shit. And if you tell me that the music is great, I'm going to totally disagree with you. So with that being said, we start out with a scene that's completely unnecessary except showing where they are. But we already knew that from the previous thing. When they showed the previews from the previously on, we already know where they are. So the first scene was completely unnecessary. We got no information, no nothing. It was completely just garbage. Then we go into, it was very strange to see the ring with no ship. And I guess I know it was, I don't understand why they would bring, somebody explain this to me. So they bring this, they have no idea. They have no idea what they're going to be up against, right? They're going to a brand new galaxy. For all they know, Thrawn has been captured by a other life form that's highly technologically advanced. They have no idea. For all they know, they're walking into battle. They don't even know if Thrawn's alive, right? So unless they were going to turn tail and just boogie out of there, I don't know how much power they have, right? How much time they need the engines to recharge. According to the sequel trilogy, you need fuel, which is insane why you would have to have fuel. I mean, I understand that the fighters might have to have fuel, but you'd have nuclear power for the Star Destroyers and all the rest of the big ships. It was the stupidest thing. But anyway, so you might go into this other dimension, dimension, basically. They have no idea. It's all new to them. So why wouldn't they bring a Star Destroyer with them? Why wouldn't they bring a bigger Star Destroyer than they know that Thrawn has? This way, they can give him an upgrade. But no, they get there with just the ring and very limited amount of weaponry. They don't even have any fighters on that thing that I know of. There's no landing pads or anything like that. It's strategically, if you're walking into this most strategical mind in existence, right? You're going to go try to impress Thrawn. He's going to say right off the bat, you guys are an idiot. Why don't you bring a ship with you? Doesn't make any sense. So anyway, we see the Night Sisters and we see Sabine. This is a Sabine episode, so we already know it's crap. Filoni lost track of whatever Sabine was in the cartoons. It is not the same character. Then again, Ahsoka is not the same character. So we have, and again, I've seen this girl act. I saw her in the vampire thing with Jamie Foxx. And when I heard that she was playing the part, I'm like, oh, that's perfect. And I really liked her, and I liked her fighting and everything like that in there. But she's not even the same actress in this. There's just nothing to look at here. I really just, every time she's on screen, I just want to get off screen. So they allow her to live because Baylan says, I think that she could be more, powerful for us. I think she can still be some kind of a positive end result for us. So sure. So they keep her alive, and then we see Thrawn. And I understand that it's the same guy that played the voice in the cartoon. That is not how you hire actors. From one producer to another, that's not how you go, oh yeah, you played the voice? Come on. You look fine. I don't care that you're fat. Don't worry about it. Yeah, you're pudgy. We'll have to, maybe shoot you from the chest up. Maybe. But he's not, his whole look, it's like Lars Mikkelsen. I don't know if I assume that he's related to the other Mikkelsen. But I'm sure he's a good actor. But voices compared to look is a completely different thing. I understand loyalty to your previous actors. I totally get it. But for the production, you have to do what's best for the production, not what's best for you, not what's best for the actor. So it's wrong casting. And I've heard this from everybody, and everybody agrees. Wrong casting. So now you have your main villain that's miscast. Why? Why are you trying to sabotage yourself? It's crazy. I mean, the character was physically fit, and nobody can say otherwise. Thrawn was physically fit. And here you are putting him into another dimension there, another galaxy, and suddenly he got fat? Not working, man. And unfortunately, Lars he can pull the voice, but he can't pull the look. He can't pull, yeah, I have 10 million things going on in my head right now, and they're all ways to fuck you over. He's not pulling that. All he does is pull the hoity-toity, which doesn't work for that character. And I talked to Timothy Zahn. He signed a book for me, right here. He signed this book for me. And I can tell you that I talked to him about Filoni. And he told me that, yeah, Filoni gets it. Well, Timothy, I hate to tell you, he don't get it. Right there. So I'm extremely disappointed because I like Thrawn. And yeah, I think they got him better in the cartoon than they got him in live action for certain. So anyway, so now they throw Sabine basically into the desert. Instead of giving her like a skiff, they give her a wolf. What? I saw that and I was like, what am I watching? Lord of the Rings? What? We're on a warthog here. I know it's called a howler, but what am I looking at here? And then on top of that, he sends Baylan and Shin to go kill them. So I think the timeline is 10 years that they've been in here. So with the most strategic mind in existence, if he has no need for Ezra, why is that mother alive? He has 10 million troops. He can't send the troops out to find the guy? Apparently he wasn't hard to find. So it doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. If he wanted Ezra alive and the guy had been evading him all this time, okay. But it doesn't sound like he's even been looking for him. And if they're going to take off anyway and they're going to leave everybody behind, why do they even have to bother? Why, unless he just wanted to get rid of Baylan. And Baylan's smarter than that. He'd be like, no, I know you're going to leave my ass behind. Why are you sending me out? I don't get it. Unless Baylan, and this was a good idea that was brought up by the guy that was on WDW Pro, that maybe Baylan needs Ezra to go into the world between worlds so that he can resurrect the Jedi and make believe that Order 66 didn't happen. I don't know how all that works. They're going back in time with Star Wars. It's very odd. But at least that makes things a little bit more clear on Baylan's side, but it doesn't make any sense on Thrawn's side. It doesn't make any sense. So anyway, then we have Sabine fights off these guys, right? And, she takes a bunch of bolts to the Beskar. Even though her head is completely exposed, apparently she's Wonder Woman and can block these things. No. Here, shoot right here. Don't shoot here. Shoot here. Yeah, insult our intelligence a little bit more. The fight was awful. So now, Filoni, I'm going to tell you how to rewrite that scene. All right? So listen up. Because first of all, it's entirely stupid to have these coincidental that she's been traveling for less than an hour and says, oh, You found me, I found you, we found each other because I found the little guy that had the logo, and the logo knew even though we couldn't speak to each other, and now with the logo we're really connected, and now we're connected, and now we have the guy that's me, we're going to go and fight each other, and yay! Now, what the hell are you writing? What are you writing? It makes no sense. It's stupid. So I'm going to tell you how to rewrite the scene in a Star Wars fashion. So listen up. Sabine is fighting these guys, right? They knock the blaster out of her hand. She takes the lightsaber out, just as they did. They knock the lightsaber out of her hand, goes flying. And now they're surrounding her. They're ready to do the final kill, right? The strike is going to come down just like a sand person, which I assume that these things are based on anyway. All of a sudden, we see the lightsaber start to tingle on the ground, and it flies into an awaiting hand. And then we see a figure leap preternaturally into the group of guys. All he does is spin. They all die. And he's standing, literally straddling over Sabine. And Sabine looks up, and it's Ezra. That is far better than what's written. And then, because that whole interaction with them was completely misacted and miswritten. So he says, I felt your presence as soon as you landed. I've tried to get to you as quick as possible. I know how dangerous it is out here, and she doesn't say anything. All she does is rise, look at him, and hug him. And squeezes him as tightly as possible. That's it. Because this awkward talking thing that they did was completely... I mean, while Star Wars makes like, that was the other thing ever! Bullshit. That was completely mishandled. I felt nothing. Absolutely nothing. There was no tears. There was no nothing. There was no connection between them at all. It's like the actors just found themselves that day and they said, hi, how you doing? I guess we're going to hook up today. That was it. They had no chemistry whatsoever. The awkward pauses did nothing besides make the audience uncomfortable. So then he can take her back, because they know they have to have the cute little fucking things in there. So he takes her back to his thing, and he does say that they move around a lot. And he, and then they can continue talking or whatever, because I know that she's lying to him because she's no longer a hero. To me, she's a villain. She was completely selfish. And as soon as she tells him, I mean, if that was me, I'd be like, I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad you traversed the galaxies to find me. But what are you doing here? I left on purpose so that I could exile Thrawn. What'd you come here in? Isn't he going to take that thing and go? I mean, I've been keeping tabs on the guy. Because obviously Ezra wouldn't have the ability of attacking him. He probably could sabotage a couple of things here and there, but that would be the extent of it. He said, I'll make sure that I've kept them here, but what are you doing here? We can't let him leave. And what's she going to say? Yeah, I came here as a prisoner. I gave them everything they could. What? The whole show is misproduced, misdirected, everything. And I know it's not the actor's fault. The actors are being directed to act this way. I know these people have talent, but it's hidden behind whatever directing's going on. And I didn't look up the director from this one, but it's awful. It's just awful. So I have nothing more to say about this episode besides I just can't wait for it to be over. I can't. We have 2 episodes left, and this is just not going to get any better. We know that Rosario Dawson has not been trained in fighting. They're not, for whatever reason, not replacing her with a competent stunt double. They've just totally destroyed the character of Sabine. It's just this, and Thrawn is not as imposing as he should be. The only character you got left is Baylan and Shin. That's all you got left out of this show. There's nothing else left. It's been imploded from the inside. So, yeah, we got 2 more episodes left, and I just don't see them making a film out of this when the ratings have been just dropping continuously. So I don't know. Filoni needs to surround himself with writers that know what they're doing, because he's not the one. I don't think he wrote all of Rebels. I don't think he wrote all of Clone Wars. I think he has surrounded himself with some good writers, and they're not there this time, unfortunately. So let's plug my stuff real quick, and remember to like and subscribe. I do give positive feedback on good shows. I am working right now at a soundstage. We have P. Diddy's doing a music festival, because the strikes are happening. I can't work on anything that's narrative at this point. No scripted shows, so I have to work on reality. I'm going to be working on a Netflix reality show as well, unfortunately. So my time is very limited. I've been on set now for 14 hours. I'm trying to get this recorded. I'm not going to be able to get this edited tonight because I got to go to bed. I got to be up by 5. So anyway, I have Tales of Ravenor the Iron Witch. This is my fantasy novel, my latest novel, and now that I'm working where I can actually have days off, I'll actually be able to get some writing done. My sci-fi series, this is all available at DestinyAurora.net. The Tales of Ravenor is available on Amazon, and the hardcover is only going to be available through me. So, but we'll wait till next Kickstarter. I'll be able to get those out in the next Kickstarter. Destiny Aurora is my 4-novel series, sci-fi series. I have plenty of space battle and androids and aliens and a big twist that most people don't see coming. I haven't had anybody yet say, "Oh, I knew that was coming." No. I have everybody going, "What?" Lords of LA, my vampire mob in the 50s. This is the second issue is coming up, and that's what I'm going to be launching soon. I have the Kickstarter half done, so it won't be long for that one. But thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you so much for helping me grow the channel. Remember to give me a thumbs up or a middle finger. If you love Ahsoka, feel free to tell me I'm completely wrong. But you can't deny that my scene would have been better. I'm just saying. Just say it. All right. And if you like what I'm doing, I'm also going to have other different videos up here that I've done in the past. I do comic reviews and things like that as well. I'd like to get back to doing some. I have so many games that board game reviews and board game playthroughs, but I haven't had a chance. All right. Again, thanks for watching, guys, and have a good one.